we have done game weeks 1 and 2. This is the last one before the international break, and we have a guest making his Premier League predictions debut. It is Harry. He is from the Dan Gaze Support Service. He's one of the ambassadors there. So thank you very much for him for coming on. But it is time. Game week 3 of the Premier League.
And hit by McAllister! Liverpool are the champions for their people, with their people. Declan Rice! Oh! It's a ripper! Marmoush! Oh, that's magnificent! The young guns of Chelsea claim the Champions League prize. Newcastle will be playing Champions League football again. Now, 20 times the champions of England, Liverpool.
Yes, guys, welcome back to Premier League predictions for game week number 3. Like I said in the intro, it is the last one before the international break. Who will be leading the international break starting? Find all us out now. And boys, if you want a discount on your energy, go and get my discount in the description. New Dan10 at checkout. Peace. And we're starting off on a 12:30 kickoff. Is Chelsea versus Fulham. Now, Chelsea have dominated recent history, winning 21 out of 35 matches against in the last 4 and scoring in the last 4 matches as well against Fulham. But Fulham got a point against Manchester United last weekend. And in this one, Chelsea are strengthened. They're selling. They're going to probably get Alejandro Garnacho from Manchester as well, because he is going to be imminent through the door there. And Nkunku is on his way out. He is going to AC Milan. But I'm going to go in this game with a 2-0 win to Chelsea. And Harry, what are you saying in this game? And welcome to the channel.
Big up, thank you very much for this opportunity. Really looking forward to getting into it. My Premier League predictions for game week 3. We're talking through every game, giving my score predictions. Let's go through it. We'll go through it chronologically, start from first to last. We'll start with Chelsea versus Fulham. That's the Saturday 12:30 PM kickoff. I think this is a really interesting London derby. I think you go into it, Chelsea's the favourites. I think they've done very well, strengthened in the transfer window. Fulham, I think, off the back of a really good result against Manchester United. Maybe it didn't seem as good a result at the start of the day, so I think they probably would have taken it, being Man United, the reinforcements they've made. But Fulham coming from a losing position, United missing a penalty, Fulham dug deep and found a way to get a point, and probably could have got more as well towards the end of that bit. Maybe they would have thought they could have got more. So it's 2 points for Fulham from the start of the season. They've started it well and done very well. Late point away to Brighton and turn it around again as well. And Fulham dropped so many points in winning positions last season, so seeing them recover points, which they did also do last season, is very impressive. For Chelsea, I do back them in this game. I think that being at home and things started to gel for Enzo Maresca, I'm going to go with 2-1 Chelsea, but Fulham will absolutely make them fight to the end.
And we now go to Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Everton. Now, Everton won their first game at the Hill Dickinson Stadium against Brighton and Hove Albion. Now, the atmosphere in that ground is amazing. If you ever get the chance to go there, I would go there. But I mean, on the hand, that Wolves are, let's just say, a decent team, but they could be losing Strand Larsen to Newcastle if Newcastle want to put in a third bid for him, because there still is that third saga going on. And but Wolves haven't won in their last 3 home games against Everton. But Everton, yeah. Wolves haven't lost any of the last 3 home games against Everton. That could be a turning point. I'm going to go 2-1 to Everton. And Harry, what are you saying in this game?
Interesting one with Wolves and Everton. 3 p.m. kickoff. May not attract all the eyes this one. Wolves with the momentum of winning in the Cup against West Ham, only being just about. Everton, though, also coming off a win last time in the Premier League in their new stadium. I think this one could be interesting. I think it's going to be tight, very narrow. I'm going to go with a 1-0 Everton win. I think Wolves will be a lot better in their performance, but not manage to get past Everton.
We now go to Tottenham Hotspur versus AFC Bournemouth. Now, Tottenham Hotspur played against Man City last game and got a win. A 2-0 win, to say the least, against a Man City team who have started the season slightly undercooked. They do look undercooked, Man City. And they didn't have a good preseason, obviously, but they are hopefully going to come fighting back this game. No, I mean Spurs. I mean Bournemouth, however, played Wolves last time and got a defeat or a win, one of the two. I mean Spurs have dominated this in the season, winning 10 out of the last 50 and scoring 2+ goals in the last 4 out of 5 matches. And I am going to say 3-1 Tottenham Hotspur. And Harry, as a Spurs fan, what are you saying in this game?
We move on to Tottenham versus Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth, played well against Brentford in the Cup, in the second round of Carabao Cup, but couldn't get the job done, even with us bringing the substitutes on. Brentford very clinical in attack. Tottenham, can they keep it up? Can they win 3 out of 3? My side, I'm going to go yes. And I'll go with 3-1 Spurs. But again, I think Bournemouth will play well and will make it very difficult. Maybe the scoreline not reflecting the game.
Now we go to Manchester United. This is AFC Burnley. Now, if you haven't seen what happened on Wednesday night, I will leave a card up here and a picture on screen now. Yes, we were dumped out of the AFL Cup by Grimsby 12-11 on penalties. If you want, let's just say that Onana has no fucking future. Has no future at this football club anymore. He is crap. We have started very sluggishly with a draw in game week 2 against the Fulham, but Burnley have limited the head-to-head, winning just 2 out of 17. I would give the edge to United, but I can't say much about our recent form. We haven't scored a single goal in the league. We did score, but it was an own goal against Rodrigo Muniz against Fulham, but we haven't got a single goal yet in the league. We scored 2 in the League Cup last night. I'm going to say with heart 2-1 United, but I don't think it'll be atmosphere there will be very hostile. Will be very, very hostile. But 2-1 United. And Harry, what are you saying in this game?
Manchester United versus Burnley. I think United haven't won so far this season. I think they will in this game, and I think we'll win quite convincingly as well. So I'm going to go only 2-0, but a convincing 2-0 win for Manchester United.
Now go to the late one on Saturday, which is Leeds versus Newcastle. Now, Newcastle, they were involved in a crazy game against Liverpool on Monday night, losing it 4-2, I think it may have been, with a 90+ something winner by a young 16-year-old Donny from Liverpool. I mean, there's still happening with Alexander Isak saga happening, but in this game I can only see it going in a Newcastle way. With only better overall record, head-to-head record. Leeds often draw, but Newcastle have the upper hand recently, given Leeds early inconsistency. I'm going to go 2-0 Newcastle United. And Harry, what are you saying in this game?
The 5:30 game, Leeds versus Newcastle. Then this is hard to predict, and I'm actually going to predict another draw. The game that Newcastle are involved in. The reason being, again, I mean, Newcastle don't win. I know, I get that, but I think Newcastle are going to be without Gordon through suspension. They're going to be quite a few injuries. Unlikely that Tonali, Johnington or Shaw feature for them. A little bit short on the ground. Leeds United being at home. If Leeds are going to stay up, they've got to get their home record spot on. I don't think they will stay up, but if they're going to come out fighting, I think they will come out fighting after losing badly to Arsenal and getting knocked out of the Carabao Cup. It's been a frustrating week for Leeds fans. I'm going to go 2-2 in this game. So we move on to the...
Now we go to Brighton and Hove Albion versus Manchester City. Now, despite City's shaky start, or shaky form, they usually give a challenge to Brighton, but however, both teams have only scored four of the last 5 meetings, making it a high, which will be make it a high scoring game at the Amex. But Brighton, on the other hand, played Everton and they did lose. Danny well with a penalty. But I mean, I could see this game being a goal fest. I'm going to go with a 4-goal thriller of 2-2. And Harry, what are you saying? In this game, am I now move?
Sunday games then. Brighton versus Manchester City. This has potential to be an interesting one. Brighton, I don't think 100% at the races, but I do think will cause Man City a few problems to think about. I think City will do what they do best and find a way to get the job done. 3-2. Manchester City. City weren't at the races, as I said, against Tottenham. We started the season well against Wolves, and it's more a case of their problems over the years of playing Tottenham. Tottenham putting a great performance.
2, Nottingham Forest versus West Ham. 2 managers under pressure. One of them is under more pressure than the other one. Nuno is the one that is under least pressure at this club, but Harron Marinakis is being a strange owner. But I mean, Graham Potter at the moment has no goals. I mean, no wins, 10 goals conceded. But I mean, Forest had netted twice in the last 5 matches against West Ham, winning most recent 5. Winning the most recent 2, 5-0 in aggregate. But I mean, West Ham, I could see this honestly losing this game 2-1. Nottingham Forest. And Harry, what are you saying in this game? We now
Nottingham Forest versus West Ham. I mean, got 2 managers under pressure for various different reasons. Nuno may be potentially according to reports discontent with the owners around transfer. Mariakas considering doing something there, but you wouldn't have thought we'd done it at this stage, right at the end of the window, not giving the new manager any say or choice on the new signings. And Graham Potter, I mean, he's probably expected to be the first manager sacked at this rate. Very poor, and West Ham in need of turning it around. And to be fair, I do think they will turn it around and go with 2-1 West Ham.
Go to the blockbuster one, Liverpool. This is Arsenal. It will be a very, very tight fixture. 4 out of the last 5 have ended up level, with both sides finding it, with both sides finding it in each of them. And Liverpool look shaky in defence, very shaky in defence indeed. Not Liverpool, which Newcastle exploited, and so did Bournemouth as well exploit. They both exploited it. And I'm going to say, I mean, Arsenal signing Eza now, Saka out for 4 weeks, which could give Eza a front opening up. Odegaard a doubt as well. 1-0 between Arsenal and Liverpool. And Harry, what are you saying in this game?
So, move on to the later Sunday games. 4:30 Liverpool and Arsenal. This is where all the eyes are this weekend. That's the one that really stands out amongst everything. This one is going to be interesting, and it's really hard to predict. And I'm going to be quite bold and predict an Arsenal win at Anfield. Why? I think Liverpool have defensive problems. I think Newcastle discovered that. Bournemouth discovered that. And we've seen it through pre-season. I don't think they've addressed their issues before then. Could be wrong. Whereas I think they're good going forward. There's no doubt about it. That's where they spent the money in reinforcements. Arsenal with Eze as well. I think they're in such a stronger position. So I'm going to go with 3-1 Arsenal. Got a comfortable win in the end. A big shock maybe for Liverpool.
I'll go to the last game of the game week, which is on Sunday, Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace. Now, another high-scoring fixture, 19 goals in the last 5 games, with Palace scoring 12 of them, which is a sign of an attacking edge that they have. But as we are well aware, anything is possible. Crystal Palace Unai Emery, well, Palace ain't knows how to set up a team, so does Unai Emery. Both managers are tactically clever. But I'm going to go with a surprising one of 2-1 Crystal Palace. And
the final game on Sunday between Aston Villa and Crystal Palace then. This has potential to be an interesting one as well. Oh, tough to say. I think both managers are unhappy for different reasons. I think Unai Emery, Aston Villa, I think if you look at the window, they haven't done enough. Evan Gustafsson's a good signing, but at the same time, they've let Ramsey go, so kind of one in, one out, that kind of area. And yeah, I think they'll be disappointed, Villa, and I think they're going to really struggle this season. Crystal Palace, I think Glasner, I mean, there's 2 good results. I know they've only got 2 points in 2 games, and they haven't won. Very good. Go to Stamford Bridge and get a point, I think is really impressive. And to go, you know, to Nottingham Forest, well, even been at home to Nottingham Forest and get a point is still good because Forest are getting in Europe and they're still a top side and they're signing really well, I think, Forest, slowly but surely. So I think this could be interesting. Which way is it going to go? I'm saying 2-1 Aston Villa. So those are my predictions for Game Week 3. Let me know what you changed, but I really appreciate this opportunity. A pleasure to deliver this Premier League score predictions Game Week 3 for you. Thank you very much, and make sure you like and subscribe.
that, ladies and gentlemen, will bring Game Week 3 and a pause on the Premier League predictions due to the upcoming international break. But however, within the next week or so, we're going to have a brand new predictions league starting very, very soon. One of them is going live this Sunday. We've got a video on Saturday and Sunday. There's a video weekend for all of you to enjoy. It is, I'm not saying what it is, but it's going to be an interesting one to say the least. And I'll leave you with Game Week 3, who will be top of the tree heading into the first international break. And I will see you lot on Saturday, or tomorrow, for a blockbuster video. Until then, goodbye. It is not a football vlog, but until then, I'll leave you with Game Week number 3 and goodbye. Let's see what happens in Game Week number 3.